Welcome. Today, Melissa Bidding, Ryan Thomas Loyacano, and Ginger Minahan will be teaching you about the No Budget, No Pay Act of 2013, HR number 325. Not only will you learn its purpose, but also the process which it had to go through in order to reach the stage that is in now, a law. You wouldn't want to filibuster this law, it's just that great. LOL.
This law suspended the debt ceiling, which allowed for the Treasury Department to borrow additional money between the passage of the law, which was February 4th, 2013, and May 18th, 2013. The debt ceiling is the maximum amount of money that the United States of America can borrow annually. The debt authorized had to be tied to bills during that time frame, so that money was not borrowed without any limits. It also placed restrictions on the salaries of congressmen and women if the budget was not passed by April 15th, 2013. This provided incentive for a budget to be passed, hence the name No Budget, No Pay.
A budget was needed greatly, for Congress had not passed a budget since April 29, 2009. Budget making is one of the most important tasks of Congress. However, it was known that representatives and senators needed to be forced to do this job, so a decrease in pay gave them reason to pass a budget quickly. In addition, with the existing limits on the debt, the government would not be able to pay all of its obligations in a timely manner. These needs were recognized and addressed by the introduction of the law.
The sponsor of the No Budget, No Pay Act of 2013 was David Camp, a Republican representative for the 4th District of Michigan. A sponsor is the congressman or woman who introduces and supports a piece of legislation with the goal of bringing it to passage. The co-sponsor of this law was Candace Miller, another Republican representative for the 10th District of Michigan. These two congresspersons were together able to bring this bill into fruition within 2 weeks after the introduction. Power couple, am I right or am I right?
As Ginger Minahan previously stated, the bill was introduced in the House of Representatives by David Camp on January 21, 2013. Bills are introduced in the House by placing the suggested piece of legislation in a special box called the hopper. This is located at the Speaker's platform. The suggested bill must be put in the hopper because the Speaker decides which bills will be put into the next stage of the bill-to-law process.
2 committees were involved in this bill-to-law process for the No Budget, No Pay Act of 2013. The first committee involved was the House Administration. The second committee was the House Ways and Means Committee. The House Administration's main function is to oversee the day-to-day functions of the House of Representatives, while the House Ways and Means Committee's main function is to handle the raising of revenue. In the committees, they researched the effects of the bill, analyzed its purpose, and marked it up to achieve the best possible result.
The Sixth Amendment to the No Budget, No Pay Act of 2013 stated that the increasing debt limits had to balance out with the spending cuts that would take place within the next 10 years, or rather until the year 2023. This is a method to reduce the amount that the United States owes other countries. The Seventh Amendment promised to continue the resolutions to this bill, and the Eighth Amendment protected the Social Security benefits as well as payment for the military. Finally, the Ninth Amendment bans the sale of services for the purpose of defense to Egyptian government. All of these amendments were proposed January 31st, 2013 in the Senate. The purpose of such amendments is that members of the House of Representatives and Senate will then be able to come to a partially unified agreement, better known as a majority. When a compromise is reached, as done through these amendments to this bill, those of different parties or ideologies are able to settle on one piece of legislation rather than having to go to conference committee to argue their own separate bills. These amendments were also added because the men and women in the Senate felt that the bill could be made better and wanted to set the standards for their operations under the future law.
The No Budget, No Pay Act of 2013 passed in the House with a recorded vote of 285 to 144. 199 Republicans were in favor, while 33 voted against. 86 Democrats were in favor, while 111 Democrats were against the bill. In the Senate, the bill passed with a yea-nay vote of 64 to 34. 12 Republicans were in favor, while 33 Republicans voted against. 50 Democrats were in favor, while 1 Democrat was against the bill. 2 independents within the Senate were in favor, while 0 were against. As shown, Republicans in the House favored the bill more than those in the Senate, and Democrats in the Senate favored it more than those in the House. If you didn't feel like doing the math, not every congressman or woman voted, since not everyone has to be present during a vote.
The president at the time, Barack Obama, was presented with the No Budget, No Pay Act of 2013 on February 4, 2013. He signed this piece of legislation that same day. Within the span of 2 weeks, the federal government was able to transform a bill into a law.
Most of this bill include giving Congress an incentive to create a budget and allowing them to borrow money. The cons include increasing the national debt and suspending the members of Congress's salary.
Here are 5 video-based review questions. Thanks for watching.